If you are over the age of 50 and you start your morning with a ripe, yellow banana, thinking you are doing your heart and waistline a massive favor, you need to stop immediately. I know this sounds completely crazy. For decades, we have been told by every health magazine and fitness guru that bananas are the ultimate superfood, packed with potassium, vitamins, and natural energy. But what if I told you that this innocent morning habit could be secretly causing your blood sugar to skyrocket, exhausting your pancreas, and setting you up for a devastating energy crash by 2 in the afternoon? As a medical professional who has spent years analyzing metabolic health in older adults, I see this hidden danger in my clinic every single day. The truth is, how your body processes a banana at age 25 is vastly different from how it processes that exact same fruit at age 60. But please, do not throw away your fruit bowl just yet. I am not here to tell you to give up the foods you love or to force you into a restrictive, miserable diet. Today, I am going to reveal the exact biological reason why this happens, and more importantly, I am going to share with you one incredibly simple, completely free trick you can use starting tomorrow morning. This single trick completely changes how your body absorbs those natural sugars, effectively turning that banana from a blood sugar spiker into a tool that actually helps stabilize your glucose levels all day long. Let me tell you about Margaret. Margaret is a 62-year-old retired schoolteacher who came into my office about 6 months ago. She was frustrated, tired, and honestly, a little bit scared. Margaret did everything right. She walked 30 minutes every evening, she rarely ate fast food, and every single morning for the last 10 years, she had the exact same breakfast, a cup of black coffee and a large, perfectly ripe banana. She thought she was making the healthiest choice possible. But her recent blood work told a terrifyingly different story. Her HbA1c, which is the measure of her average blood sugar over 3 months, was creeping dangerously close to the pre-diabetic range. She told me she was waking up exhausted, feeling jittery by mid-morning, and experiencing terrible brain fog that made it hard to focus on her crossword puzzles. Her biggest fear was losing her independence. She had watched her own mother suffer from the devastating effects of unmanaged diabetes, from neuropathy to vision loss, and Margaret was terrified she was heading down the exact same path despite her best efforts. When I looked at her diet, the culprit was hiding in plain sight. It was her morning banana. To understand why this was happening to Margaret, and why it might be happening to you, we need to look at what actually happens inside your body as you age. When we pass our 50th birthday, our metabolism naturally begins to slow down, and our muscle mass gradually decreases. This is crucial because your muscles are the primary places where your body stores and burns glucose, or blood sugar. But the most significant change is that our cells become increasingly resistant to insulin. Think of insulin as a key. When you eat carbohydrates, your digestive system breaks them down into glucose, which enters your bloodstream. Your pancreas then releases insulin, which travels to your cells, unlocks the doors, and allows that glucose to enter and be used for energy. But as we get older, those cellular locks get rusty. The insulin keys do not work as smoothly as they used to. This condition is known as insulin resistance. Now, let us look at the banana. When a banana is green and unripe, it is full of something called resistant starch. Resistant starch is fantastic for you because your body cannot easily digest it. It acts like fiber, moving slowly through your system, feeding the good bacteria in your gut, and causing virtually no spike in your blood sugar. But as that banana sits on your kitchen counter and turns yellow, and especially when it starts to get those little brown spots, a massive chemical transformation occurs. The complex, resistant starches break down into pure, simple sugars. A medium, fully ripe banana contains about 14 grams of sugar. When you eat that ripe banana on an empty stomach first thing in the morning, with a cup of coffee, it is like dumping a shot of syrup straight into your bloodstream. Because it is essentially pure sugar with very little protein or fat to slow it down, it rushes into your blood. Your pancreas panics and pumps out a massive wave of insulin to deal with the emergency. But remember, if you are over 50, your cellular locks are rusty. The insulin struggles to open the doors. So, the sugar stays in your blood, damaging your delicate blood vessels. Eventually, the insulin forces the sugar into your fat cells instead of your muscle cells. Shortly after, your blood sugar plummets rapidly, leaving you feeling exhausted, craving more carbs, and trapped in a vicious cycle of spiking and crashing. This was exactly what was happening to Margaret every single morning. Before I reveal the one trick that completely reversed Margaret's condition, I want to take a brief moment to ask you a favor. If you are finding this information helpful, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel. This channel exists for one simple reason: to bring you the scientific truth and practical medical insights that standard 10-minute hospital visits simply never have the time to explain. By subscribing, you help us reach more people who might be silently struggling with their health, and you ensure that you never miss out on these life-saving tips. So, how do we fix this? Do we banish bananas forever? Absolutely not. The solution is what I call the clothing trick, and it is the only way anyone over the age of 50 should ever eat a piece of fruit. In the medical world, we have a rule: never eat a naked carbohydrate. A ripe banana eaten by itself is a naked carbohydrate. It has no protection, nothing to slow down its rapid absorption into your bloodstream. The trick is to clothe that banana in a layer of healthy fat and protein. When Margaret came back to see me, I gave her one simple instruction. I told her she could keep eating her morning banana, but she had to change how she ate it. Instead of eating it plain, I told her to slice it up and pair it with a generous tablespoon of natural, unsweetened almond butter, or a small handful of raw walnuts. Here is the brilliant science behind this simple trick. When you consume healthy fats, like those found in nuts and seeds, alongside a carbohydrate, the fat significantly delays what we call gastric emptying. Gastric emptying is the speed at which food leaves your stomach and enters your small intestine to be absorbed. The fat essentially acts like a microscopic net or a physical barrier in your digestive tract. Instead of that 14 grams of sugar rushing into your bloodstream all at once like a flash flood, the fat slows it down to a gentle, steady trickle. This steady trickle is something your pancreas can easily handle. It releases a small, manageable amount of insulin. The rusty locks on your cells have plenty of time to open and absorb the glucose for sustained energy, rather than storing it as belly fat. Furthermore, the protein and fat trigger the release of satiety hormones in your gut, which tell your brain that you are full. For Margaret, the results were nothing short of miraculous. By simply adding a tablespoon of almond butter to her daily banana, she eliminated her mid-morning crashes entirely. Her brain fog lifted, she had steady energy to enjoy her afternoons, and when we tested her HbA1c 3 months later, it had dropped safely out of the danger zone. She didn't have to give up her favorite routine, she just had to understand the chemistry of her own body. So, here is your practical, actionable plan for tonight and tomorrow morning. I do not want you to go to bed tonight worrying about your blood sugar. Instead, I want you to feel empowered. Tomorrow morning, if you are going to have a banana, make sure it is slightly on the greener side if possible, as it will naturally have less sugar and more of that gut-friendly resistant starch. But no matter how ripe it is, you must clothe it. Take 2 minutes to grab a handful of walnuts, pecans, or almonds. If you prefer nut butters, spread a spoonful of peanut or almond butter over the banana slices. If you want to take it one step further and supercharge this effect, sprinkle a generous dash of Ceylon cinnamon over the top. Cinnamon has been clinically shown to mimic insulin and further help lower blood sugar levels. This simple 5-minute habit will transform your morning metabolism, protect your blood vessels, and keep your energy soaring all day long. If you found this banana trick surprising, you will be shocked to learn about what your morning bowl of oatmeal is actually doing to your brain. Oatmeal is another so-called health food that could be silently destroying your memory if prepared incorrectly. Click on the video appearing on your screen right now, where I break down the oatmeal myth and show you the only safe way to prepare it after age 60. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. Remember, please take exceptional care of your body, because you absolutely deserve the effort. And as always, while I am a doctor, I am not your personal doctor. Please do not make any sudden changes to your medications or diet without bringing this information to your own healthcare provider to discuss what is best for your unique situation. Stay healthy, stay informed, and I will see you in the next video.